Hello everybody, welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2019 drama film Astronaut, a film that is co-written and directed by Shelley MacLeod, and it stars Richard Dreyfuss, Lyric Bent, Krista Bridges, Colm Feore, Richie Lawrence, and Graham Greene. Now this is a film that was due to be released in the cinema, and obviously due to the COVID-19 crisis right now, it has gone straight to VOD. And this is a film that I've really wanted to watch. I've looked forward to watching. I'm a big fan of Richard Dreyfuss. I've always enjoyed his performances. I think he's an outstanding actor. And I think generally speaking he's really good in most things that he does. And this is a film that focuses on Richard Dreyfuss's character Angus Stewart, who is a 75-year-old man who is recently widowed. He's had to move in with his daughter, who has a husband, and he has a grandson. However, that's not working out, so he ends up moving in to a care home for the elderly. He ends up, he's always had this dream of wanting to go into space and being an astronaut, and he's a former engineer who previously had applied to go into the space program but had been turned down in his youth. So there is going to be the first commercial space flight sent into space in a few months, and the billionaire that is funding it is holding a lottery for the public, and 12 people will be shortlisted, and ultimately one contestant will be chosen by the public to go on this commercial space flight. Now, in a flight of fancy, with his grandson's encouragement, Richard Dreyfuss applies for this, even though he is past the age limit and he has failing health. And what do you know? He gets shortlisted to go on this commercial flight. So that is essentially the bare bones of this story here. Now, what did I think of Astronaut? Well, I think what we have here is a real old-fashioned, feel-good, well-made, acted-out film that is very simple, but just makes you feel good watching it. It's a wonderful film that's full of heart and emotion, and it really was an uplifting, heartwarming tale about hope and family, all those nice things. You know, we all like to watch these action flicks, people getting killed left, right and centre, and science fiction films and horror films, people getting torn to shreds left, right and centre. Those are great films and really fun to watch, but sometimes you just want to watch a film that warms your heart, and this is it. It's a brilliant film. It's almost flawless, apart from the obvious plot holes here and there, and the fact that this space program kind of miss a few things in regards to his ill health and his the fact that he's faking his ID and things like that, but you don't mind so much because it's such a lovely film. It's really nicely acted out. I think Richard Dreyfuss, like I've mentioned, is just a truly outstanding actor, and my understanding is his interest in doing this film was because he felt it had a connection to Close Encounters, and he felt like, what if that character in Close Encounters never had them close encounters and never got to go on that spaceship at the end. And he felt a kindred, he felt this was like a kindred spirit to that character, and there was a connection, so that's why he wanted to do it, because it was like a what if that character you played never got to go into space, and this would be his last chance, his last hope to do something like that. So he felt a connection to the film, and that's enough for me as far as I'm concerned. It's a great performance by Richard Dreyfuss, and a reminder of what a wonderful actor he really is. He did a film last year with Chevy Chase, and I can't remember for the life of me the name of it now. It was a comedy that I just thought he was outstanding in as well, and he's nailed it again here with this film. brilliant stuff. We've got other people in this film that I give out great performances. All the family members, his daughter, his son-in-law and his grandson. Child actors can sometimes drop films like lead balloons if they don't nail it, and Richie Lawrence, who plays his grandson Barney, nails it. You feel a real connection between these two. They obviously enjoy being around each other, and you get this great grandfather relationship thing going that's golden in films like this. I thought the son-in-law had a really nice arc. You kind of felt he was the bad guy at the beginning of the film, trying to get him into this care home and things like that, but he had a nice arc in this film. I thought it was really nice that they managed to write some of these lesser characters and give them good story arcs in the film, and it was a real good, nice family drama leading through the whole thing. And this is not a big budgeted science fiction film. Don't be thinking that after this is good, it's like the Clint Eastwood Space Cowboys film. It's not at all like that. This film, it's about a man following his dreams that he's never ever let go of his whole life, and I really liked that about this film. There was a very light layer of humour at times in this, especially in relation to the care home and things like that, some of the residents there and the relationships between them, and that was all quite nice and sweet and quite humorous at times. It's one of those films you watch and it just feels right when you watch it. You will turn it off and you'll have a big smile on your face, you'll have a lump in your throat, you'll be full of emotion, and you'll be quite happy in the fact that you've just watched a really nicely made film that's made you feel good. And for me, it's one of my favourite films this year, and I strongly recommend you check it out if you get the chance. If you like watching good feel-good films, give this film a go. It's Astronaut. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10, and it is definitely worth checking out. So that is my review. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe and all that lovely great stuff. And of course, I'll see you back for more reviews on Screen Stars very soon.